How's it going, everyone? So, as you can see, we've got a big space in the garage behind, which means a couple of cars have been done. Nice and sunny out here today. Whew. So I'll show you what we've done. Just down the road here. This is what we're going to get on to today. We're going to pull this Fiesta out in a minute and see what we can do with that. But the Peugeot 206 and the Focus look-alike are both sitting down here. They're finished. Focus is fully MOT'd, no advisories, all good. And the little Peugeot is all painted up, looking absolutely lovely. Couldn't ask for no better. So pretty good. So I'll just put them down there out the way because I'm going to do some sanding and stuff like that. The 75 sitting there. Got a boat sitting outside on the old trailer. This one's scrap. Don't know if I've showed this on the channel before, but that could be done, but I want all seals and floors, and it's quite rotten. There's nothing left of that. If I touch that with my fingers, that just falls apart. It's got a misfire on the engine as well. It's probably just coil packs, but yeah, the effort I'd have to put into it, and then obviously the respray to make it look nice, just not worthwhile. At the old Fiesta, hopefully. Come on, let me in. What are you doing? Hopefully it's going to start. That's the plan. Yep, we've got power. We have ignition and start. Just what we wanted. I thought it might have been flat, to be honest, but to be fair, it's not. I'm just going to pull that forward like that. I'm going to do a bit at a time on it and go from there. In here, all needs doing at some point. It's pretty messy in there, and the seats are very badly stained, but we'll attempt to clean them, and if not, we'll have to replace them. But my plan for a little while is going to be try and sort this wing out, try and knock that back into shape, and same on this side. See what I can do with this wing. All the lacquers are all peeling off it. I think I said the wrong shade of silver put on it and then blended into this door, which is a bit of a pain. But we'll get the right colours and we'll do what we need to do. Probably paint that wing and this door. I think the rear quarter's all good. And we'll sort of all blend into this door like they had with the wrong colour. We'll do it with the right colours this time. And sort it all out. There's a bit of peel down here, as you can see there. There's a bit here as well where the lacquer's lifting. So yeah, we'll sort them out. So let's have a little go and see what we can do, shall we? So at the moment I'm just making up some hoses because the hose indoors doesn't reach outside at the moment. So I've just made up this hose and I've had to put that end on it to match this end. I'm now about to put that on there. Have to use boiling hot water just to soften the hose up. And then eventually you can just force it on. Yeah, it's starting to go soft. It's a good little tip that is for getting stuff on really, really tight. Should have gone a bit longer, really. It's now making it hard work. Red hot. Yeah. Yep. It's all the way on. And when you're doing your thing, you got to make sure you get a good quality clip, and then you can do them up with a socket and they don't come undone and they don't leak, etc, etc. be working nicely. Cool. Right, that's that connection sorted. That one goes in there, gives me an extension of another 15 feet. There we've got to warm this one up and basically put another one of these on the other end. So I'm just doing up the last one here. I always keep a bag full of these connectors because they always go inside. They've got like rubber seals in them. They start leaking and they're really noisy. They sit there hissing away when you're not working. If not, and that's quite annoying. You've probably seen that on some other channels. You'll hear them just shhhing away. Right, I'll put this on the end. Go and turn the air on and we'll see what we've got. Okay, so the air's on. We got a tiny little hiss on this one, by the looks of things. That's because that connection there is a smaller one to the other two. There's not really much I can do about that. That's good enough for me to be able to work today. So let's get going. So the first thing I'm going to do is just going to mask off the side of this door because I want to sand on this wing, and I don't really want to sand the door unless I really have to. I will have to flatten it down to lacquer it when I'm ready, but for now I like to keep it nice and tidy until I'm actually ready to do some work on that panel. So that's just a way of stopping any sanding marks. It's just a black duct tape. You have to be a bit careful with that because if you've got a bit of soft lacquer, that will rip it up. Right, let's see if some of this lacquer moves, shall we? Very slowly, but not worth me messing around like that. A lot of hassle. I'll be there all week trying to do that. I think I'll pop this indicator out. Can we get in there? Just get a little screwdriver. So I just grabbed a screwdriver. I'm just going to edge this indicator out of the way. And we'll pop that back in there. Put that inside the car so we don't lose it. And then let's see what we can do with this one. And we definitely don't want to touch the bonnet either, so we'll mask the bonnet as well. And the headlight. Otherwise, you just, if you're using like an 80 grit or something like that and you sand another panel when you catch it, you're just wasting extra time, paint, money, because you've then got to prep that panel and paint all that panel in as well, which you don't need to do all the time. Okay, so what I'm attacking here is, as you can see, I've got all this lacquer peel all up along the top here, right round, big chunks coming off here. Top's not too bad, but on the line up the top, it's all coming off. Well, I'm not going to do half a job. I might as well just strip the whole wing and start again. Okay, so I think you get the idea of what I'm doing here on the wing. So I'll just show you what I was using. I'm using 320 standard sandpaper Merker. Then I'm going over to 500, smoothing it all down, getting it all nice and flat, ready for primer. So that's what I'm pretty much doing. Got the DA sander, which is a round orbital sander with an oscillation motion, not straight. And that's pretty much all I'm using. So I'll get the rest of the wing done, all up the top here. That's all flaking all the way down there. Around the corners, around this, all around here I'll probably do by hand. And we'll see what we can do. I'll show you once I'm finished. So just a quick close-up before I do this. As you can see all the way along the top of the wing and that, all the lacquer's coming off. It's all peeling. Not looking too good. Got some dirt and bits and pieces around where the indicator was, so I'll do that by hand. And then we just got a little sort of stone chip on that on the end here. Just started to blister a little bit. So not too bad. Shouldn't take me no more than 15-20 minutes to do both grades. So I'll get them done and I'll let you have a look when I'm finished. So as you can see here, this is the right colour silver. And this is the colour that's been sprayed, which is a lot darker than any of the original colour. You look at the panels of the bonnet and the rear quarter and stuff like that, they're this colour. Whereas this door and this wing is this colour. So definitely used the wrong colour, so we're going to have to take all of that off, because otherwise if I put my shade on top of that, even if that's this colour, that will go that colour, that will go darker, because that will tint my shade, which we don't want. So we'll carry on stripping that down. Just thought I'd show you that. Okay, so it's been about half an hour now. Got this wing all sanded down. Gone right back to factory paint, as I said I was going to. Took off the previous person's repair. Nothing worse than doing a repair over the top of someone else's work. Obviously it had just been blown over, really cheaply to be sold, probably to the person that we got it off when they first got it. But as you can see, not very long down the line, they start peeling up and looking a mess, which is not what you want. I don't care what age the car is that comes in or whatever, or how much it's worth. I'll do the same sort of quality job on a £2,000 car as I would on a £50,000 car. I'll do it properly. Obviously there's different choices in paint and stuff. You can use a bit cheaper materials and lacquers, which is fair enough, but you still need to put them on properly, and that still needs to look nice and do a nice job. I wouldn't go, so cheap that I knew I was going to mess up next month, next time I go in a car wash or something. But I sort of go middle of the range sometimes with the cheaper stuff. This under £1,000, I'd use some of the cheaper stuff, and then sort of above 1,000 to 3,000, I'll go middle of the range, and then above 3,000, that's when I start getting the really sort of top quality show type paints and stuff. But this is looking pretty good. Now I've obviously got to sort out all these bits of bare metal with some etch primer, so we don't get no rusting or nothing on the exposed bare metal. But that should be alright for now. We can sort that out later on when we pull a cover over and sort out some of the rest. So now I need to look at I think I'll go and look at the other wing now actually. Got a crease on there to do. Okay, so this is what we're faced with on this side. Got a bit of damage here. It's creased upwards and lifted up here. I've just pulled the inner wheel like that so I can get from behind it sort of thing. And what I'm going to do, I've got my little dolly set here. Got different shapes, little dollies for doing curves and stuff like that. Got round headed ones, got flat on the back. Big long ones for shaped areas, etc, etc. There's all sorts in there. Different hammers for different jobs, little pointed ends, and basically we'll knock that back into shape. So let's do it. Oh, so I've got the old dolly behind it. It's jamming my hand in there, but that will help us. I hit like a scraping motion like that. You're hitting, but you're pulling downwards. I'm just trying to get that lump back out. There we're just flattening down. You just move it from behind to the areas that you want. It's got most of it. God, that thing's ripping my hands apart. A little bit behind there, it need to come out. Still too high up the top here at the moment. So I think you get the idea, basically just getting this all flat again. And then I'll come round and I'll remake that line. We'll hit this with the grinder. So I've got my little air grinder out instead of getting me electric one in and having to run leads and everything outside. We need to just sort of get rid of some of this paint really so we can see what's actually going on. Bits of cracked paint and stuff just get in the way. Put the old goggles on before anyone say anything. It's gone a bit tight for some reason. Come on. Hope it's not broken. It's not good news. It's starting to play up by those things. When they play up on the end there, where you can't tighten them up, that means you need a new one. What you will find when you're doing this like this is when you do that on the metal gets warm and it makes it easier to move. Crease line now, it's been a right pain. The arch line is down here and let's put another line up here, which we don't want. Going, but it's not going enough yet. That's going. Still got some high spots. That's not far out. So most of that is back in shape now, so I'm going to put the normal DA sander back on. But this time, without sanding my hands, I've got a piece of 80 Abra net on there. So, bare metal dowel down. There's still a ripple up the top there. All I'm doing is just feeling with my fingers, just trying to get all the shapes back, basically, where it's high. that in quite a lot, because otherwise that's going to be sticking up, which we don't want. I will get the dolly and put that from behind and reflatten that, but we're starting to look pretty good now. Trouble is, behind here there's a bracket that bolts the wing on, and that's got a reinforced like piece here of metal, and I'm trying to like reshape this over the top of it, and that's in the way of it basically. But I'm pretty sure we got most of it. The rest we'll have to get a little bit of filler and stuff in there and start sort of shaping things up and seeing what it look like. Okay, so I've just sanded the wing with 80 then 320 around this area, just to sort of where I'm going to work. Because I'm not going to spray this whole wing. I will lacquer the whole wing, but I'll only want a silver to about here, so I don't want the colour match between the doors and everything to be the same. So I'll do a blend across where I am now. And then the rest all lacquer into the rest of the panel. There's a lot of green mould now on this panel, so definitely going to have to sand the rest of the panel, but only with a light grade like 500 or 800 or something like that. So I'll let that settle for 15 minutes or so. Going to wash my hands and arms and everything up, put the kettle on, and then we'll whack a bit of filler in there and start shaping that up. Okay, so let's go and have a look at our wing. I've done a bit of sanding on it. Yep, not looking too bad. As you can see, we've got a few low spots in the middle there. We need to refill them and then skim right across like that. Bit on the end there needs sorting out, and then a re-skim across there as well. So not too bad. Another couple of skims, and then we should be able to flatten that all down, get rid of that low spot, and should be okay. Once I've done a bit on that, I then came indoors and just had to do a bit of repair work on this airline. Had to put a join in because we were leaking air. I've got another joiner over here on the table. I'll show you that. We're going to replace that in a second, and that should get rid of our air noises and our leaking air we got. So I'll do that now. That will sort that out, and then we can move on without the compressor coming on for no reason. Nothing worse than hearing a hissing noise in the background. So as you can see, that's the smaller one, which is not really doing the job. Ain't got a big enough bore, and you can't tighten up to it with the clip. And this is the bigger one, which will do the job nicely. So let's get that fitted. So it's all in, and as you can hear, no noises, no nothing. Lovely jubbly. Let's carry on with this Fiesta. So it's all refilled, as you can see. I'll just leave it sitting here in the sun nicely now and let it bake a little bit. Probably give it half an hour and that'll probably be ready to sand. That is a good thing about having the sun. So while I had a bit of time free waiting for that to go off, I'll swap out the whole front end of the workshop. Got rid of all the dust and dirt and all the bits of debris and stuff from the last few cars. It's quite nice to see it like that. Give it a good old hoover afterwards as well, in all the little holes and stuff like that. That's looking pretty clean. Ready to bring another one in. Okay, so let's have a go at this back bumper, shall we? Got a tiny bit of damage down there. It's a bit of a pain. So I've got a bit of 320 on the sander. Let's see what these open up like. so they're not terrible. They probably fill with a bit of glaze, to be honest. Do I want the boot open? Trying to work out how I can do the rest of the bumper. I don't really want to open the boot and sand all the dust in it, but I don't think I've got to go that high. There's one little bit up there and a couple of bits in the back here. So I'll do them off camera because you don't want to just sit there watching me sanding all the time. And I'll drop you back in and show you what I've done. So while I'm waiting for filler and stuff in between, I'm sort of tidying up in the unit as well. I'm now going to grab the Rev 75 and jumpstart the Astra in the corner. It's got some power, but that's just not enough to turn it over and start it. There's no point me just sitting around waiting to do other stuff, and I don't want to get too many cars on the go, because sometimes that can be, that's not a help, that's a hindrance sort of thing. Oh, it's tight to get in here now. Fiesta's sticking out a bit, and yeah, it's all part of the fun. I get in here and hopefully jump this. Oh, it's a pain that these are always locked as soon as you drive away. Right, that should do it. Oh, leads are in the back. So let's get the leads out. Let's see if we can get this Astra going. Got a bit of work to do on this back bumper of this as well. I want to start doing, but I say there's no point in trying to work on 6 cars at once that just don't work. You never get nothing finished. What the plan is to get this one out of here, move this rib right down the back there, because there's a big pallet and an old stairs, chrome stairs sitting there just doing nothing, taking up space. Right. Red lead. To red lead. Black to black. That should give us a decent enough amount of power to start this one, hopefully. So can we get in? Probably not. We're going to have to get in from the passenger side, I reckon. Bear with me. You probably can't see me, but I'll just sort of see if I can get it going. So we've got all the power. Oh, this is the one where you have to put your foot on the clutch and everything else. So I've got to get in. The radio's come on. Get away, radio. Don't want to be getting copyrights. Wow. Literally just turned over and started. Now that must have been sitting there quite a few months, 6 months at least. That literally started as soon as I turned the key. Didn't even turn over, it just started. Unbelievable. These Astras are good though, I must admit. As you know yourself, I normally run them as well. And I have still got one, so I've got a 1.9 sitting at home at the moment. Waiting for a bit of suspension work and stuff. So that was pretty good. That's the other pain thing, the lights come on them and you can't turn them off. They're programmed. Don't get me wrong, you can go into programs and turn them off, but that's just a pain. Whew, I'm glad it started. It started really easy as well. Quite impressed with that. It's looking like all the tyres are up, but then I do keep an eye on the tyres. I always try and keep most things pumped up. Let's pull it out. It's going to be pretty dusty. Oh, doesn't smell the best in here, but I'm sure that'll easily clean up. Oh, brakes are stuck on. Really stuck on. Woohoo! They are mega stuck on. Can actually open the driver's door. That's been a long time. See, the back wheel is stuck on, which we don't really want. See if we can get a hammer on a bar and hit the caliper. So we don't really want to be dragging that and flattening, putting a flat spot on the tyre. It's the last thing we need. Ooh. All I do when I'm doing this, I'll show you. You can see the track that's left. That literally skidded right across there. All I do is get a socket bar like so, put it on the caliper, do it top and bottom. And hopefully that'll get it moving. Handbrake's not on. Just put it in gear and see if we can move it backwards. Yep, there you go. That one's released. Good little trick, that is, it always works. So, like I say, the plan is to move the stairs. What we'll do is just dip that under the top there and put it right back as far as we can. Get this big old piece of wood out and just get rid of that, or lay it down the side or somewhere. And then put this rib in there next to the boat, which will then give us some more room. This one could go outside and have a good old wash. Yeah, that definitely needs it. Shame the old jet wash isn't working properly at the moment, but hopefully we'll get a new hose soon. We'll be back on cleaning them properly. Oh, so this big old piece of wood I'm moving around. Don't worry about 3 ton. That's what it feels like anyway. Oh, that was hard work. Oh, I can hardly breathe now. Right. Let's pull this Astra outside so we're not getting fumed out. It's a much bigger unit when you take everything out. So I pulled the big stairs out. That's what I use for climbing up on the roof up the top there. Whew. All the tyres are still pumped up, which is great. It doesn't fit. If not, I've got to move the other one. It's looking pretty good. It's tight, but it's going in. Yeah, it's going to happen. Nice. Thought it would. Whee! Caught the post there. Which we don't really want to do. Whee! Don't do that. Not quite there. There's quite a jagged bit of post there. I don't really want to push it against that. I'd rather push it against the boat. Get in there, come on. That's in. There's actually still a bit of room behind it by the looks of it. We're up against the wheel ups of the other one. Not much I can do about that. Whew. Put the old ladder back there. Whew. I'm absolutely cooking. Well, that fit there quite nicely, which is good. I'd like to get that one out and give that one a wash and sort out as well, but let's do one at a time. I have got another boat outside as well, so really that would be nice if that was down in there. Okay, so we'll see if we can blow some of the dust off first. Probably not very likely, but we'll have a go. Just put my mask on. Shut the door so it don't all go in the car. Oh, some is actually blowing off. Really want that all going in the unit. A fair bit of it come down, but obviously not all of it. Let's give it a blast with some water and see what it does. And so I can't use the jet wash. Right, let's get the old hose on it and see what it does. Obviously that's going to affect the bare metal a little bit, but it should be fine. It'll stand back down again. Oh, there's a silver car under there. what I can remember on the last episode I done on this car, this side's all prepped, I think. Oh, got a big red helicopter going across. Not a lot of point of the old mask right now, is there? Nice to see the actual car again. Just been a pile of dust in the corner for quite a long time. It's just it weren't one I bought in or anything to do anything with it, it's just one I saved from scrap basically. So these sort of cars we just do a little bit now and again, and they sit in the corner, and I do a bit on a panel every now and again sort of thing. They're not like, you know, the ones that I'm concentrating on or anything. I'm pretty surprised that's coming up like that. I thought that'd be a lot worse, to be honest. But I was going to have to really scrub it like mad, sort of. But we're looking good, actually. Yeah. Not bad for a rinse with a hose. Don't think this side is actually too bad. It's looking like this wing and the two doors are actually pretty good on this side. But most of the car's going to have to respray, so sometimes that's better to just do it. But we tripping over my own hose there. Yeah, this rear quarter's got a couple of dents and a couple of nasty scratches from like the hedge and stuff like that right now. It's a nice model though, it's got nice alloys and stuff on it. A decent spec. Myself, I prefer the older shape, like the H. I like the SRIs, the diesels and stuff like that. Oh, this window's half down, well, isn't it? The water going in. And windies in the back. I've actually got some fishing gear in the back there. I took us on a couple of trips on the Broads, I think. Right, I think you've probably seen enough. You probably don't want to see me just wetting the car down for about a week. So I'll give it a good wash and stuff off camera, and we'll get it moved. Okay, so I've got the cars back in the unit. MG's there, Astra's there, and I'm pulling the Fiesta apart at the moment. Just took the front seats out. As you can see, it's pretty nasty in there. Back seat's coming out as well by the looks of things. And we'll do in the back. This is what they're looking like at the moment. They're pretty dirty. Don't look too bad in the camera because they're wet now. See what we can make them look like. Moved the MG from over here next to the trailer. It's now up under the big silo thing. Give it a wash and took it around the block. all up and running and everything's still good. Trailer's had a wash, we've got to sort out a tyre on the front there, probably needs 2 actually. Been doing this bumper for the Fiesta, just went and picked that up a little while ago. Oh, it's now starting to rain on me. So we're definitely getting along. Need some soot. Okay, little update on what we're up to. That's what it's looking like in there now. Lovely on this side. And still got all that on that side. Oh. Just doing the seats. Super fun getting all this out on the other side. It's probably took me, don't know, probably a good hour to do the other side. Probably done it 4 or 5 times there. I'm now about to do the same on this side. And it should end up looking like that, looking like brand new. So it's another day, sort of. I got here, I say sort of because I got here just after 4 o'clock this morning. And I've been in, I've completely cleared the whole of this side. Swept it all up. Obviously I've got a bumper back there because I'm prepping it for this car here. I've put all the parts that we had over there all along this side, just out of the way. Engine hoist and that is all put away down there, and the whiteboard and pallets and stuff we had out is all down there. I've still got all my sanding gear and stuff here on the trolleys, and masking paper, masking tapes and stuff, all ready to go. All that interior you saw is all back in the car. Got the big old heaters on, and well, you can see for yourself hopefully. You see back when I take it outside, but the seats are like brand new. They come up really, really well. All the carpets are looking really nice. It's really come up nice. Couldn't ask for any more. Been collecting loads of rubbish, as you can see, when we've been clearing up around the unit. Stuff out the Hoover, tins, general rubbish in the other two. I've just got this area here now to do, around these edges. Sorting out some pipe work down here, trying to get the old jet wash machine working. I had a new end and stuff put on here, but it's not working, so I'm having to get an adapter, and hopefully that'll fit the machine. And if I can get this area tidied up and nice as well, and along here, we'll have a lot more room, as you can see, to move around, get the doors open on cars, take bumpers off, take bonnets off, doors, boots, whatever we need to take off on whatever vehicle. Just makes it a lot easier when you've got more room to walk around. I had to tidy up through the tools over here as well, and just whack them 2 socket sets sort of messily back in their cases. All the sanders and stuff are over here, they've had a wipe down and stuff, and this bench has all been cleaned up, sandpapers and everything where they should be. Fillers, etc, etc. My little table here for watering cans, and that's my sanding bucket and stuff like that, where I mix paints and all that sort of thing is all there. And yeah, we're coming along quite nicely. So that's just a quick update. I've already been in, time is now 1:25. So I've been in quite a few hours already, nearly 10 hours. But I'm surprised what you can get done if you get started. I've done all in the back of the car as well, the back shelf, the back floor mats. Wiped it all out in the spare wheel well, ready for a new wheel and jack and brace and all that sort of thing. So we're getting on quite nicely with it. The only trouble I've got now is obviously the heaters in there, drying the interior, the carpets and the seats and stuff, so I can't do any sanding or anything. So hence why I'm doing a bit of tidying up instead of carrying on with the car at the moment. This is the front bumper I've got for the car. It's got a few little like stone chips and stuff in it, so I'm just going through them at the moment, sorting them out. But this bottom bit's all good, which is what we wanted. What they have done though is they pulled the bottom splitter off, which is quite annoying, but we have got one on the old bumper, so we'll swap that over. It's got a tail and eye covering, which is a bonus, so quite often haven't. And most of it's in pretty good nick, it's just little stone chips, so I'll carry on prepping that, and it shouldn't be too bad. But again, I can't do it until I can shut the doors and stuff, and don't want no sand enough to go into the car. I've had a bit of a go under the bonnet. As you can see, all the bottles and stuff like that are all nice and cleaned up, and cleaned up some of the plastics and stuff. Haven't done the headlights yet, but I will sand and buff the headlights, but I think I'll do that when I do the paint work. Yeah, once the car's sprayed and had all the bits done that need doing, I'll sand and buff all at the same time, I think. Hopefully, like I say, this hose will get sorted. We'll be able to use the big old pressure washer over here again. It's a beast that runs 200 degrees, this thing. Really good machine. HDS 1020 4M. It's a big commercial one that you can turn it down on the inside of the machine, so you're not getting water, you're basically getting steam. And that really, really cleans things, but it's very, very hot. So that's where we are at the moment. And I'll update you more as I move along. So a really lot has happened since I last updated you. As you can see, this whole side has all been cleared. I've done a trip over to the lowest, often bought a steam cleaner. Worked once and now don't work. That's not good. We're still waiting on the bits for the jet wash, but we have got a new hose over here, which is here. And we've got a conversion on the end to make it fit the car show, but the middle bit doesn't fit. So we're just waiting for an adapter for that. And then that should be up and running again, which will be nice. As you probably know, I've already had a bumper delivered, but what you don't know is I've got it all prepped and ready to go already. All the little marks, all the little chips, stone chips, everything is completely prepped. Done all the little bits and pieces, then I 320'd it, then I 500'd it, and then I 800'd it. It's ready for primer. I've been working away on this wing really hard, getting it all back into shape, as you can see. It's a pain trying to get this line here at the moment because there was a crease there where you can see it filled. And what I'm now about to do is skim this whole lot in the final glaze up to about there, and that should just smooth everything out and flatten everything off, which would be nice. I've also been working on the back bumper. As you can see, all these bits are filled, all these little marks are gone, all these little dips and highs and lows all gone, nice and smooth, nice and flat. Looking good. A little mark at the back has gone. Them scratches we had along the back all filled up and sorted, and this corner was all good. I'll just flatten off along the top here, and as you can see we've sort of gone down to the bare, so we're going to have to prime that. There's a couple of tiny little chips here I've got to plop some stuff into, and that's sort of where we are on it at the moment. I'm going to fill that front one like I say, and then I'm going to have a go at these stickers, see if we can get these off, while we're waiting for that to go off. I've just had a wipe over on the bonnet because there's a few marks and stuff. Still some stuff on the front here. I think that's just where the old birds and that I got it. So we should be able to buff all that off afterwards. And then we've got to take a look at this door, decide what we're actually going to prep on this door and what we're going to do along this side. But pretty much most of this side is pretty good, apart from a couple of tiny bits of lacquer, which are very hard to see even when I go right up, but I do need a good old wipe down and get them bits of dirt and stuff off, and then we can decide. But I'm pretty sure we're going to have to blow into at least up to the handle there with the colour from the wing, because someone's already done it, as I've said before, and that's all matte at the moment, which ain't no good. But we obviously want the colour from the edge of the door to the rear quarter to be the same colour, so we'll bledge? No, we won't bledge. We'll blend up to that door handle. We'll lose it just on the end there as we do this wing and get it in silver. So pretty good. All the interior and everything is crystal now, all nice and dry. Just got to give it the rehoover where I've obviously stood in there just to put the seats and stuff back in, but it's looking pretty good in there. So we'll keep that all sealed up at the moment because we're sanding away and everything. And that's sort of where we are, really. It's quite nice to have all this space in the unit. So we're just going to do a quick mix up for that wing. Going to use the old glaze for that. And I want a fair bit because I want to skim over the whole bit and then blend it away into the wing. This is the old hardener. Probably only need that. It's not a cold day, but it's not a hot day. I think we've got 14, so that should be plenty to get that to go off in sort of half an hour or so. Give that a good old mix. And I think what I'll do is I'll have some breakfast. I've got a bottle of yogurt over there. I think I'll have that for breakfast. I'll just do some panel wiping on the bumper and stuff like that. Wipe some bits and pieces over while this is all going off. Should do nicely. Let's take it over to the wing. Right, let's get it in. Get it sorted. The quicker we get it on, the quicker it'll start going off. The quicker we can get it sorted. My plan is today at the moment is get all this rest of this car prepped, filler wise, that sort of thing. As you can see, this is going to make it disappear from all that repair we've done. Don't really want to get it on the tyre. No, it don't matter actually. The tyre's got to be changed. It's a pain in the tyres really, because they've got full tread on them. They're really nice mil wise on the tread, but they're all cracked, so they're no good. They're dangerous, and we definitely won't have that here. We won't send nothing out that we know is dangerous or could cause any problem. You don't want to be going down the road in that and you get a blowout doing 60 mile an hour and lose control or something like that. Could be quite nasty. I know a lot of people who just blast a bit of tyre paint over that and leave it, but no, we're not chancing anything like that. Definitely not. If we do our cars, we do them properly to the best of our ability, especially the safety side of things. But even this sort of stuff as well, I like it to be as good as possible. Some people do say that I do go too far with some of these older cars, but what I normally just say to that is, when they sell something like this for, I don't know, 795, something like that, when I get 1895, them extra couple of days work are worthwhile to me. Plus, when I normally do these, I normally get nice low mileage ones like this 70,000 mile one. Alright, see if we can get that line back in. No, too high. There. Just trying to get a rough line of where that arch is. And that will do nicely. Now we'll just let that go off. Just give you a quick close-up. That nasty creased wing with that big dent in it is now disappearing, which is nice.